Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that can feel like a massive weight on your shoulders: how to remove a civil judgment in South Africa. We're going to break it down, step by step, so you can get this done the right way fast, legally, and without the confusion. If you've ever felt stuck because of a judgment on your credit report, this video is for you. So, what exactly is a civil judgment? Simply put, it's a court order that says you owe money to someone and haven't paid it. This judgment then gets listed on your credit profile, and that's where the trouble starts. It can make banks and lenders very nervous, leading to denied loans, credit cards, and even vehicle finance. In some cases, it can even affect your job prospects, especially if you're applying for a role that involves handling cash. It's a serious roadblock, but the good news is, it's a roadblock you can remove. There are two main legal routes you can take to get a judgment removed from your record in South Africa. Let's call them Route A and Route B. Route A is the most common and often the fastest path for most people. This is the paid up and bureau removal route. Here's how it works. First, you need to pull your complete credit report. This is your map hit will show you exactly who listed the judgment and should include the all-important case number. If you don't have the case number, you can't proceed, so this step is crucial. Once you have the case number, you contact the creditor or their attorneys. Your goal here is to settle the outstanding amount. Now, here's a pro tip. You can often negotiate a settlement discount. Don't be afraid to ask if they'll accept a lower amount for a once-off payment. Once you've paid what you agreed upon, you must get a paid-up letter, which is also known as a letter of satisfaction. This document is your golden ticket. It is the official proof from the creditor's attorneys that the debt has been settled in full. Do not, under any circumstances, make a payment without getting a written commitment that you will receive this letter. With your paid-up letter and a copy of your ID in hand, you then submit these documents to all the major credit bureaus in South Africa. That's TransUnion, Experian, Compuscan, and XDS. It's not enough to send it to just one. You need to notify all of them. After you've submitted everything, the final step is to follow up. Keep checking your credit report until you see that the judgment has been removed. By law, once the bureaus receive valid proof that a judgment is paid, they are required to remove it from your profile. Now, let's talk about Route B, a rescission order. This route is a bit more formal and involves going back to court. You would use this option in specific situations. For example, if the judgment was granted against you by mistake, or if you were never properly served with a summons and didn't even know about the court case. Another key reason for rescission is if the debt had prescribed, meaning it became too old for the creditor to legally collect on it before they got the judgment. Finally, some courts, like the High Court, require a rescission order regardless of whether the debt is paid. For a rescission, you'll need to hire an attorney. They will prepare an application to the court that granted the original judgment, asking for it to be set aside. Once the court grants the rescission order, you take that official court document and, just like with Route A, submit it to all the credit bureaus. They will then remove the judgment listing from your credit profile. This route can take longer and is more expensive because of the legal fees, but it's the correct and necessary process when a judgment was granted unfairly or improperly. So, how long does a judgment stay on your report? Generally, a judgment can remain on your credit profile for up to 5 years. However, this clock stops the moment you take action. Once you provide proof that it's been paid up or rescinded by a court, the bureaus must remove it. It doesn't have to haunt you for 5 years. Let's quickly recap your checklist to make this crystal clear. First, get your credit report to find the case number. Second, either settle the debt and get that crucial paid-up letter, or brief an attorney to apply for a rescission order. Third, submit your proof the letter or the court order to all the credit bureaus. And finally, follow up relentlessly until your report is clean. Avoid the common mistakes. Don't pay a cent without getting the paid-up letter in writing. Don't just send your documents to one bureau, send them to all of them. And don't just sit back and wait. If the judgment isn't gone after a reasonable time, you need to dispute it with the bureaus again. Getting rid of a judgment is one of the most powerful things you can do for your financial health. It opens doors to approvals, better interest rates, and gives you back control. If you're ready to start this process, I've put a link in the description below where you can get your credit report. Once you have it, if you're looking to settle the debt, send me a message with the word POP. If you think the judgment was unfair and you need a court order, message me with the word rescind. I can help you map out your exact next steps. Make sure your documents are submitted correctly and track the updates until that judgment is finally off your profile for good. Let's clear your name, clean your credit, and get your life moving forward. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you soon!